Okay, let's have a look at the first question. Maru, could you please read the first question for me?
How many types of security on campus is this talk about?
So, the very first thing which you should remember when you're taking any kind of quiz, it doesn't matter if it's a language quiz or a quiz at the university or anywhere else, read the questions very, very carefully. Because sometimes people read them fast, they just skim through and then they don't see the key words. So this question asks us, how many types? I saw in your answers that some of you you said how many types and then you also named the types. At real questions, at real tests like TOEFL in the future or some other university quizzes, sometimes you may not have time. So don't do extra work when you answer a question. Like if you have a question which says how many types, just say 1, 2, 3, 5 or 4, whatever options you are given. So let's see, what did you choose for this question? Which answer?
The second one or the first one?
The first question.
I wrote 2.
You wrote 2.
Number 2, but it was 3.
Did anybody have more? Like
I did 4.
4. Great.
I wrote
Maru,
4 too.
Yeah.
You also have 4. What are the 4 questions which you? What are the 4? Do you remember?
I don't remember, but I memorized like how much and times. I think 4, but not as 3.
So he was talking about 3,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the correct answer which you should have written. So the first, he talked about staying in dorms, so safety while you are in the dormitories. And the second, he talked about how to the security while you are walking around the campus. So what you should do. And the last one, the third, he was talking about how to protect your belongings, like laptops, cell phones, and other things.
I was so confused in the last part because in the first part of the last part, he talked about valuables, but at the final he talked about property. So I thought it was about talking when I listened to the conversation the last week. I identified it as 2 different.
Yes, and this is
the reason because I wrote 4.
sure. Yeah, this sometimes can be confusing. 1 second. So also a very important tip for any quiz or test, and listening quiz in particular. If you see like a general question, it may require you to listen for the whole thing and only then think about the answer. Sometimes in listening quizzes, especially at your level, if you are not preparation or foundation A anymore, you should listen to the whole thing. Because an answer may not be so simple. It may be like a bit hidden or rephrased, or you should listen to the whole thing and only then try to understand how many things did he talk about. Were those things details, or were those some major points? Because this question asks you for points, for 3 major points. And Wilmer got a bit confused because he didn't understand if it's a detail or a major point. So keep that in mind. Let's look at question number 3. Rodrigo Colinelli, could you please?
I knew that. So he looked at me and
You.